Hi, I'm Chandra Kidd of Smart Kid Concepts, and today's concept is the Great Depression and what it can teach us about financial choices in today's inflation crisis. During the 1920s, known as the Roaring Twenties because life seemed to be great with so many new gadgets and advancements such as home appliances and automobiles, Americans developed some risky spending habits. Many borrowed heavily to invest in the booming stock market, often spending beyond their means. Easy credit fueled excessive consumer spending, leading to increased personal debt. This overindulgence, along with other factors including the stock market crash, bank failures, overproduction in agriculture and manufacturing, and faulty government policies, restrictive monetary policies, and global economic problems. This all contributed to the financial bubble that eventually burst, triggering the Great Depression. The Great Depression associated with the stock market crash of 1929, known as Black Tuesday, saw a rapid decline in stock prices, wiping out billions of dollars in wealth and eroding investor confidence. The stock market crash led to widespread failures as panicked depositors rushed to withdraw their savings. Many banks could not cover these withdrawals, leading to bank foreclosures and further economic instability. Here are some scenarios of how the stock market and bank failures affected many Americans during the Great Depression. Let's say Sally has decided to buy herself a new icebox she put on credit. Her best friend Lisa comes over for a visit, and of course Lisa loves Sally's new icebox and decides to put one on credit herself. But as she decides to buy the icebox, she also gets the new toaster on credit as well. Now we have multiple people putting more and more items on credit, which may extend their lives beyond what they can afford. This is common back then in what we commonly call keeping up with the Joneses. Now let's look at another example regarding the bank failures. James decides to invest in all his money in the stock market in hopes of striking it rich. On the other hand, Stephen decides to work and save all his money by placing it in a savings account at his local bank. After the stock market crash on Black Tuesday, James lost all his money in the stock market. Stephen thought his money was safe because he decided not to invest. However, the money in his savings account was also invested in the stock market by his bank. So Stephen lost all his money on Black Tuesday, even to no fault of his own. This scenario created a huge fear among the public, so many people began to hide their money in their homes or even under their mattress. Another factor of the Great Depression was overproduction and underconsumption. Industries such as agriculture and manufacturing produced too much stuff, which resulted in a surplus of goods that could not be sold. This imbalance of supply and demand contributed to failing prices, reduced profits, and massive layoffs. The federal government tried to help by passing the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930. This government rule was meant to protect American businesses by charging high taxes on imported goods. They thought this would really help American companies compete, but other countries got mad and put taxes on American goods too. This retaliation made it hard for businesses to sell their stuff overseas, hurting the economy worldwide. Then there was further monetary policy. The people who control the money, called the Federal Reserve, made some choices that affected the economy. They wanted to stop people from taking significant risk with their money, so they made it more expensive to borrow money by raising interest rates. They thought it would help keep the economy stable, but it made it harder for people and businesses to borrow money, slowing down spending and worsening the recession. Global economic factors like the Great Depression wasn't just a problem for the United States. It affected the whole world. After World War I, Europe was already struggling with money problems because they had to pay so much money for the war, especially Germany. This debt worsened things when the Depression hit, making it hard for countries everywhere to recover. These factors, among others, combined to create a perfect storm of economic distress, leading to widespread unemployment, poverty, and social turmoil during the Great Depression. So why is knowing history important to us? I often tell my students that history is current events at a different time, and history always repeats itself, so learning it teaches us lessons that help us today. They also continue to shape the policies and practice to offset the risks of similar situations in the future. Many people struggle to talk about issues such as their personal finances, even with those in the same household. This lack of transparency and communication make it difficult to plan strategically and make money work for everyone involved. When talking about a topic such as personal finance, we understand that people spend money on different things, but we see how expensive it has become because of inflation. From gas prices to housing to groceries to the stuff we buy every day. So how do we survive inflation? Number 1, make a budget. Keep track of your money and your spending, and spend what you need first. Number 2, save and invest. Put aside money and consider investing in things that can grow with inflation. Whenever you get extra money, put it towards something that gains value over time instead of something that loses value over time. For example, say you get an income tax check return. Instead of buying a bigger flat screen TV, possibly invest the money into something that will grow or save it towards your emergency fund. Number 3, diversify. If you do decide to invest, spread your investments to lower your risk. Number 4, be smart and always put your needs above your wants. Look for cheaper options and cut back on unnecessary expenses. Some unnecessary expenses may be maybe monthly subscriptions on things you don't really use or need. Number 5, earn more money. Find ways to make extra money, like getting a part-time job or freelancing to build your wealth. Number 6, pay off your personal debt and consider refinancing. Be mindful of credit cards and make sure to pay your bills on time to avoid late or insufficient and disconnect fees. Number 7, watch prices. Compare prices and look for deals to save money. Even if an item says that it is on sale, if you are not aware of the original price, how will you know if that sale price really is a bargain? Number 8, learn and understand how inflation affects your money and make informed decisions. Remember, talk to the members of your own household and communicate to make sure that everyone is on the same page so that you can all grow your money together. I hope you guys learned something today about how history can help us get better today. You guys, I'm Chandra Kidd. Share the concept so that someone you know can get better. See you guys soon.